quick question. How many leads did you get through your website this week? If the answer is 0 or I'm not sure, well, you're not alone. Most websites, well, they're pretty, but they pretty much don't pay the bills. So today I'm sharing with you why websites might actually be hurting your business and how a simple funnel could be your secret weapon for faster growth and better conversions. So now drop a I'm in the chat if you want to learn more about the difference between websites and funnels and find out why maybe you're just not seeing results through your website. And if you want to learn more about funnels, comment funnel me below and one of our team will reach out to you. All right, as always, we are going to do our little dance party, kick off with our theme song as we wait for all the elites and the diamond and platinum clients to come on into the VIP room. I'll be back in 3.5 as we sparkle and shine. Ooh, where's the button?
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine, go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up?
welcome to our weekly strategy with Sally. I'm Sally Sparks Cousins. I'm the co-founder of OmniSAM, and I am a self-proclaimed tech nerd. I love me some sexy, sexy numbers, and really, I'm your go-to person for funnels and sexy number hole plugging, lever pulling goodness. All right, so if you haven't been here before, Strategy with Sally is our weekly live stream. So we do this same time every week, 9 a.m. Melbourne time. Smart people Google for your local time. And then we follow that with live Q&A. I stay until all questions are answered on a Tuesday with all our elite platinum and diamond clients. So today, it's all about funnels and websites. And every single week, I try to break down for you a really powerful strategy that will help you as a coach, a consultant, or a service-based or professional services business. Because my goal for you is, one, to understand that the whole sales and marketing thing doesn't need to be complicated. But the thing that I'm super, super passionate about is helping business owners save time through automation. Because, look, we can always make more money. Like, just look around you right now. Is there something you could sell, right? We can always find money, but it's really hard to find more time. And that's what I love about, being in this industry. I can actually give people back more time with my automation. Anyway, let's talk about this topic today, which is funnels and websites. And to be honest, I'm really passionate about this because I see so many entrepreneurs wasting so much time building really complex websites, and they leave out the most clearest, simplest thing, which is a funnel. So today we're going to really cover four major things. One, what is the difference between the funnels and the websites? Second, when to use a website. And three, when to use a funnel. And finally, help you decide what works best for you right now. So let's really talk about what's the differences. So a website is like your digital brochure. I call it your sort of glorified business card. Think of your website kind of like a digital shop, okay? So the digital shop window that people are looking through, or, your online business card, it's designed to inform people, tell them about who you are, what it is that you offer, and how they can reach out and contact you and connect with you. But here's the catch. There are so many doors to open on a website. You've got the home page, about page, services, blog posts, contact, products, and, you can go even bigger than that if you want to. It's not designed to actually guide your audience towards a single next step. They often just start clicking around, looking at stuff, and then the next thing they've gone, and we don't even know who they are. They scroll and then they ghost. They read and then they leave. So the results with your website is you're actually losing vital information, because most people who visit your website won't actually take any action. So the funnel, this is more like a guided journey, right? Honestly, it's your sales superstar. I ran my business for 3 years with no website, only funnels. And that was enough to get me to 6 figures without even a website. So when you build a funnel, it's like taking your audience by the hand and saying, hey, here's why you might need some help. let me help you solve one specific problem quickly, right? So you just want to solve one problem. Now, I'm sure your products and services sell multiple problems that you solve. But with your funnel, you want to focus on just one offer, one lead magnet, one booking, or even one purchase. So it has a goal. Your funnel has a goal of one, either an opt-in, which is getting an email address, a name, and maybe a phone number, or a goal of buy now, or book a call. It's a really clear path from start to finish. There's no other distractions or sidebars or headers and things that they can just click around on and read and leave. So think of it like a tour guide, right? Versus a whole map of, a tour guide through, say, a museum or a whole map of the museum. A funnel actually leads them, and a website lets them wander around. So when is the best time to really use a website? So the way I see websites shine is really when you already have got some type of traction, right? You've got multiple touch points in your business and you're starting to already grow an audience. Because by the time people make it to your website, it's usually just because they're going to do some due diligence, read about you, learn about you, about your products and services to make an informed decision if you are the right fit for them. So on there, you may have multiple offers. So maybe you've got different coaching packages or different courses or different products. Or maybe also you have your podcast or vlog on the website or blog. I'm a video girl, so I go the vlog route. And also, your website will help you build credibility. As long as it's really well designed, it will build trust in your audience who are checking you out. And, if people are already Googling you, your name, or your brand name, then you want them to go to a place. Now, I can tell you, if you Google OmniSAM, my OmniSAM, when we started this business back in July, it's still the same page. It's a funnel page. It isn't even a website, right? I didn't go straight to the website at all. I don't even know if we have a full website. Oh, sort of. But people are already Googling now, so we needed to send them somewhere, right? And also, the next point is it's really like a central hub, somewhere to send people off of social, right? And you can do that via your email signatures, even your business cards that you hand out, right? But really, it's where people go to learn about you if they pretty much already know you. But make sure also when you do build a website, you still have funnel elements within the website. So things like embedding clear calls to action, links to lead magnets, right? Opt-ins, paths that help you to convert and potentially get that email address. That's the first step in the process. So let's talk about funnels next. When to use a funnel. So funnels are really your go-to when you're looking for quick results so that you're not wasting time. Then people aren't wasting time scrolling for days and then you lose that lead. So when are the right times to use a funnel? So I've written a few things down here. First thing is if you're launching a brand new offer, right? If you're launching a brand new offer, you'll get fast feedback and also focused traffic onto that site or landing page. And the second thing is maybe it's you want to build your lead generation. And this is really if you are starting out where you should start, to build your list by giving away a freebie or doing a webinar or running a challenge in return for an email address. The third reason why you would run a funnel is you want sales, right? You don't just want views. Now, really, it's ideal for low ticket offers or like courses or what we call tripwires. So what we consider a tripwire or a low ticket offer is usually valued between $1 to about $47. It's that price point in where the person, the potential customer, doesn't feel like they've got to go and ask permission to buy the thing, right? It's that enticing thing, like if you're going through the checkout at a supermarket, they always put those special deals and little chocolates all around you, right? It's just like, oh, here's a little extra something. And of course, you must use a funnel if you are running ads or any promotions. Do not send them. I actually saw one last week where a client was running, or a soon-to-be client was running paid ads to a website. I'm like, oh no, right? You've just lost so many opportunities because they're not going to opt in. But when you're running ads and promotions, you should really direct them to one powerful page that converts, not a homepage of a website. Because a funnel's all about conversions, not confusions, right? No menus, no blogs, just one clear message solving one clear problem with one call to action. So really, funnels, they are where you can test your ideas and your offers fast before you invest months in building out a really fancy website. So let's talk about, what works best for you right now. So here's a few things to sort of think about before you decide and what you're going to do and where you're going to focus all your energy. So the first question to ask yourself is, what stage of business are you in? If you're just starting out and you need clients and you need leads, go with the funnel first. But if you already have a really steady traffic flow or a really good following, you can consider then layering in a website for more brand depth and for people to go and do more research into you. The second thing to consider is, what is your marketing strategy? So if you're running paid ads, right, you must send them to a funnel. No exceptions. That's it. There's no other choice. But if you're getting organic traffic from social media or through SEO or through word of mouth, a website can really support that. But still, you must have funnel elements inside of that website. So what is your primary goal right now? Ask yourself, what is it? Let me know in the chat. What is your primary goal right now? So things you could also ask yourself is, with regards to your primary goal, is it visibility and credibility? Well, then a website definitely helps. If it's leads and sales, 100%, funnel first. And when would you use both? Well, I recommend always start with a funnel. Then add a website once you're actually converting consistently. Get that funnel conversion right, because once you get a converting funnel, then you can turn it on and it's just math, right? It's just simple math. If I turn this on, I know if I run this ad, I'll pay this much money and I'll get this many leads and I'll convert this many on the back end. But the only way to do it is to test it and tracking those sexy numbers that are coming in, not just turning or pushing that boost button and say, oh, I'm running an ad. No, you're not. Facebook are actually going, thank you so much, because honestly, that like big blue boost button is like that big sort of sparkly thing that looks like it's going to do something, but unless you've put a strategy behind it and just didn't hit the button because it's easy, chances are you're not going to get a lot of action from that big blue boost button that you see. So stay away from it, okay? Let's stay away from that. Okay, so you know I always love to end with a GSD task. For those of you who don't know, it means get stuff done or that done. I'm trying to be good and not use the word. I don't know how I'll stay away from it because I've been doing it for the last 10 years. But anyway, my team are like, yeah, because I'm now in a partnership. She's like, maybe we shouldn't use that anymore. And people don't know what it is. I'm like, I've been using it for 10 years. Anyway, let's do our GSD task for today. So we're going to take 10 minutes and we're going to answer a few questions. And I'm even going to bring up the little GSD 10-minute countdown, even if you're on the live stream or you're listening to this. If you're listening to this on the podcast, then just pause here because you don't want 10 minutes of like dead sound. But if you're here with me right now or you're on the live stream, I want you to write these down and then where you're going to answer them during the GSD. So the first thing is, what's your number one goal that you want your audience to take online? What's the one thing, those potential people, what is that you want them to do online? Now, don't go straight for the sale if you don't have a lead gen funnel, just saying, okay? Second, do you have a clear, distraction-free path? And the third one is, am I guiding or am I confusing my potential leads? So if you need any clarity on this, then it might be time to just simplify with a funnel. And honestly, if you want to learn more about funnels, just drop the word below this video, funnel me, in the comments. And one of my team will reach out to you, or honestly, just send us a DM and I'll point you in the right direction of where to get more information. Now, if funnel's your go, then I want you to think of what's one clear problem you can solve. Now, if you're struggling to think of the problem, start by answering this question. What's something that my audience is always asking me about, or I'm always helping people with? Or the other side of that is, what are the things that my clients are not asking that they should be asking, right? So that you can then think about, well, what's the one problem I can solve, right? So again, what's something you hear regularly that people are always asking or you're always talking about and helping people fix? Or what is something that they're not asking that they should be asking? Now, once you know what that is, think about what is a very simple solution. Now, we're not expecting you to fix the world in one little free thing that might take them 10 minutes to read, watch, or do. But it needs to at least solve a problem, okay? So we're going to take 10 minutes now, and you are going to start to think about this in more detail. Then I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to show you some comparisons against websites and funnels. Again, I thought I might draw a pretty picture and then show you a couple of steps in a funnel while you're considering, what is that thing I'm going to solve. All right. So you've all got 10 minutes. I've got to find my little GSD function thing. Where are you hiding? It's here somewhere. 10 minutes. Oh, hang on. We have a question in the room. That is for them. So for those out on the live stream who can't hear, Joanne in the room is asking, what do you mean by clear path? Is that for her or for her clients? It's for your clients. Do you already have a very clear path that you could say, go here, and you do the one action with no distraction? Is there one thing that you're giving away that is a clear path rather than a website where they're clicking all around? All right. So 10-minute GSD, start thinking of your one problem that you can solve and potentially, what would that be? Now, here's the thing with a lead magnet is it must be easily consumable. It cannot be a manifesto of all the things. It has to be easily consumed within sort of 5 to maybe at the most 15 minutes. It's also action driven. So they actually have to do something to see a result. By reading is not enough to see a result. Okay? Then we'll come back and we'll talk more about the funnel structure and also a little bit more of a comparison kind of side-by-side layout that I've put together for you. Okay, if the screen's wrong, I'll fix it, but you've got 10 minutes to start thinking about your lead magnet and funnel. Oh, yeah. We need to put on some music.
On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind, pride. I swear I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you looked like in rain. I swear I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I'm the winner, yeah. You interrupt me and I interrupt you. A shame. When did we start losing and stop giving? I remember I gave it time, time, time. All of my time, time, time. Now my mind's lost in its thoughts. I want you, you want only you. But my heart's all tied up in knots. Wanna release it. 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 Wanna release release it. Wanna release it. Wanna release it.
Alrighty then, we are wrapping on up. So I hope that's given you some food for thought around what will you do to create a lead magnet and a clear path. So before we move into a little bit more of a side-by-side view of the differences between a website and a funnel, while you're still on this thinking about the freebie to give away for your funnel, let me tell you about some must-haves when it comes to what to do with your lead magnet. So here, there's two Sallys. We don't need two of her. You can go away. We'll just stash you behind there for now. All right, my computer's not playing happy games with me right now. That's okay. Doesn't matter. We digress. All right, so what makes a great lead magnet? So there's a few things to consider. So a lead magnet is free, okay? But in return, you get an email address. That's how they pay you. And think about it, that human that's reading that thing is stopping and typing in their email address because whatever it is that you're giving away must be something that they've been thinking, oh, I need that. Regardless of the decision point they're in, whether they're just in research mode or they're just ready to buy, at the end of the day, their little brain is going, oh, I need help with that thing. So as well as being free, it must also solve one problem, okay? And also, it must be easy to consume. So you don't want a 300-page manifesto because they'll never get through it, and they didn't pay anything for it as either, right? So the less they pay, the less likely they are. Did you know that from everybody who downloads your lead magnet or opts in, only 20% of people will ever look at it? Now, that doesn't mean that they don't need the help unless you're like me and you're a funnel hacker. But they thought about it, but not everyone will actually end up in their email and opening it. So it's really more about the messaging and seeing people opt in that's the most important. And then the next step is, are they taking the next step towards you? And another thing that you must make sure is in the lead magnet is it is action driven. So it makes them do something, right? By them doing something, it provides value. You know, the way I see a really good lead magnet is it provides value that people would think, oh, I would have paid for that, right? Or they see it as perceived as a higher value that they think, oh, this is so much value. What happens if I pay? So that's really action driven, which provides a quick win, or you could say gives results. Because then they can say, wow, if that's what I get for free and I've had this result, I should look into this more. So things that can be perceived at a higher value could be things like templates, swipe files, so it's saving people time, mini courses, mini guides, also like calculators are great as well. If you love Excel or you've got something that people can use to save time that way. And Deborah's asking a great question. What is a swipe file? So a swipe file is some type of resource that you've got that other people could repurpose. So think of that like maybe you've got a SOP that you could share with somebody, like a systems and operating procedure that's been written. Or like I've got swipe files for webinars. So if you don't know how to run a webinar, I've already created the slides for a webinar. I've told you what needs to go on the slides. That's what's called a swipe file. Or you will see a lot of like the emails that we do for you in your business in a box, where we've written 96 niche specific emails. That would be considered a swipe file because you're kind of swiping it, taking it, and then adding your own sparkle. And then finally, after they get results, this is one thing, this is what we call a dead end if you don't have this. Next steps. And that comes in the form of a call to action. So what is the next logical step after they consume that piece of content that you've given them? Now, there's two things that you will put at the next step. So if we just look at a funnel, we have a landing page and we are, put a bit of an image here maybe, a hook and some dot points explaining the benefits. And then there's usually a button, or there's just a form directly on the page and it's asking for a name and an email. Now, within this whole marketing space, some people say just get an email because that if they've got to put in their name, that's one extra thing and you'll lose the lead. To be honest, if they won't put in their name, bless and release. I want to be able to talk to you and say, hi, Deborah. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Sarah. I don't want to just have a whole list of emails and no names. Now, you can swap out the word name for friend, but that's my personal opinion. And you'll talk to lots of other marketers who'll say, no, email only. But I just feel within my personal values, I think that I want to know who they are because they're not just an email. They're actually a human, right? So then after they opt in, they end up on your thank you page. Now, on your thank you page, what so many people get wrong is they go check your email, or they stick the downloadable on the thank you page. This is what I call a dead end, because this is one of the most underutilized pages within a funnel. There needs to be an offer. So when we direct you, we get you to stick a little video on there that says to them, here's your freebie. We give you a script if you need one around what it's going to do, how it's going to benefit them, and, why they should really use it. And then next step is one of two things. We ask people to give up a little bit of money. So remember that tripwire we spoke about? Somewhere between $1 to $47 is the general price range. Because that now qualifies that person because they've pulled out their credit card, even if it's just for $1. And then they've pre-qualified themselves because it shows you they're willing to spend, even if it's $1, a little bit of money to solve the problem. The other thing that you would ask, I said there was one of two, is get them to give up a little bit of their time. Because everything in life is a trade-off of time or money, isn't it? For example, growing your email list, you could do it organically, but it's going to take you a heap of time, but save you money. Or you could pay for marketing, you'll save time and get loads more leads in a shorter amount of time. So by them giving up a little bit of their time, that is in the way of a calendar appointment. So they then get to take whatever freebie you gave them. There's a 50% discount. I've been waiting for this app to have a discount on its premium feature, and it's come out today. So it's going to keep popping up until I buy it. I've been waiting for about 12 months, so just saying. Anyway, I digress. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, I'm actually drawing pictures on the screen as well. So if you want to head to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see all the pictures and things that I'm drawing. So the appointment is a sales call. But what it wants to sound like, even if you name your sales calls always a strategy call or an intro call, whatever you call it in this video needs to sound like the next logical step. So, for example, if I gave you my 25 things that you could automate in your business ebook, the next logical step would be an automation audit. But when they get to the calendar, it might say intro call, but everything else around it said automation audit. So I can still use the same calendar. And then it depends on your sales process, whether you have a 2-call close or if you just do one sales call. So generally a 2-call would be what's called a triage first. So a very short qualifying call to make sure they're the right fit before you spend another sort of 45 minutes to an hour with them on the second call. So that's like the very basics of a funnel. You've got a landing page and then a thank you page. Then what we do is we've got this extra page here where it either has the checkout or the calendar on it. There is a little reason why we put it actually on a separate page, is because we want to know the people that click through from here to here. Who were the ones who were actually interested in the little tripwire or booking appointment? Because if they don't end up buying and they don't end up booking, we can retarget those people and say, hey, I saw you looked at the calendar, but you didn't book. Was there not a suitable time? Or if they've looked and went to buy, we could also pick up the phone and say, hey, I saw you went to get the thing and you didn't. I was just curious, did you have any questions I can help you with? So we can retarget those people who get further than just the opt-in. Now, off the back end of this, we've still got to deliver the resource. Now, whether it's a webinar, whether it is a mini course, a PDF or swipe file, you can deliver them in an email. So in part of our automations that we give you, we teach you the Give Ask email series that comes off the back end of a lead magnet. And it's a series of 5 emails, and they all have a specific purpose. The first one is just to deliver the free resource. The second one is to add extra value and to follow up on how they went with the free resource. So we've got the give is the gift. Then we've got the additional value. Then we're doing what's called building a bridge. So we're again giving additional value, but leaving a gap and saying some more stuff's coming in the next email. It's really exciting, and it's actually priming them for your offer. And then you present your offer. So whether it was the calendar booking or the tripwire. And guess what we're doing with this one? We're sending them back into the funnel. And then finally, it's what we call scarcity, time bound, which means appointments are filling or this offer will go away in the next 24 hours. And we ensure that if we say 24 hours, it actually is gone in 24 hours. And you can automate that inside of OmniSAM. So if they click within 24 hours, they do go to the offer page. Outside of that, they go to the offer expired page, which if you've got a business in a box, you will know we've built that into your standard website pages for you. All right. So that's a funnel overview. And you can see now that one clear path. There's only one thing that can happen on each page. Now, of course, it doesn't stop there because we have loads of rules when it comes to building automation. One being always build the fast path, right? And if you're looking at this from here to here to here is what's called the fast path. What's the fastest path for them to say yes, 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 yes? Right? And then, of course, you'll do your one-on-one. You'll give them the link to pay. They'll go into onboarding. That, again, is still the fast path. The second thing, whenever you build a funnel, is always build a slow path. So at every point where they could say no, so for example, they opt in here, they land here and they do no other action, then this here is the slow path. We're now pushing them back and re-offering it again. Or another slow path, say they fall at the end of here, now what? We send them into the long-term nurture, which is a weekly email series. Until you run another promotion, and then that's what we call a lead return campaign. Or sorry, not campaign, I call it a sequence, LRS. Lead return sequence. So they're returning. So if you were to run another promotion and you had a new lead magnet, it'd look the same, and we're trying to send them back to the top of funnel. And that brings me to the third point, and what most people miss: no dead ends. Every single email on your list is always moving. We know if they're not yet ready, they're sitting in the long-term nurture. When we run another campaign, we make sure we write a series of emails, not just trying to get new leads, but re-engaging and getting those people that are already on our list back into a funnel. So what you're always thinking is, what's the fast path? What do I want them to say yes at every single decision point? What's the slow path? If they don't say yes, or I like to say not yet, then what? Always say to yourself, then what? They don't book an appointment, then what? Well, did they view the calendar and didn't book? Yes. Then what? What if they booked an appointment and didn't show up? Then what? What if they said no on the call? Then what? Right? So every point at where they could say no, always say, then what? And most of it can fill the gap with automation. The closer they are to the sale, the more the human needs to step in. But your automation is taking care and nurturing people at the top of the funnel with weekly emails, and, you know, we can go into lead score. There's so many things we can do that the automation can take care of, so that if you're getting 100 leads a day, you need to know who to talk to, right? You can't ring 100 people in a day. So this here is really a fundamental thing that my automation brain is always in. Whenever I'm talking to a client and I'm building out their automation, I'm thinking way beyond just the first step. Now, if you want more information on the 7 major stages of the customer's life cycle, please go back, have a scroll. We've got a video on that. If you've got a business in a box, it's the first thing we teach you, right? You need to know what the 7 stages are. You should be able to just rattle them off eventually without even having to look at notes. But for now, write them out and put them somewhere so you see them. All right, so we did go off on a little tangent, and I'm hoping my lovely Ma, who is our podcast manager, and she's searching for her name right now as she's editing to find this, that she's found a couple of episodes for the podcast in this live stream, because I know I'm a little behind because I had to have a couple of times of replays in the last couple of weeks, or not this previously. So if you didn't know, that's what this live stream also is. It's a repurposed piece of content that gets turned into podcasts and reels, and can even be turned into blogs if we get the time. So now I hope I've really shifted your mindset around websites, because to be honest, unless you're converting well, getting close to your income goals, or you've got that many people that they need a website, you don't need one. What do most people do, or even you, if you're looking at somebody for a service, would you sometimes go and search Facebook? Would you go and search LinkedIn, right? Maybe check out YouTube or Instagram and see if they've got stuff there. That's them doing due diligence just like they would on a website. But you've got curated content on there that's constantly being updated. So thinking about, you go to websites, you do, yes. But a website could still be a funnel, right? It's still a web address, but don't send them, unless you're hitting your income goals, send them to a very well curated funnel that you know will convert, that fixes the one main problem that is the first step towards you, and just leave it at that for now. That's what I did. If you actually go and type in omnisam.com.au, it's actually a funnel. There is a login button at the top now because so many people were going there to log in, but it's only tiny. Other than that, one thing, opt in to watch a video. Doesn't send you off to my store, doesn't send you off to our blog post. Still, it's a website-ish, but it's not. It's just a root domain, what we call the master domain, going into a funnel. Yeah, Deborah's nodding. Excellent. All right. So before we head off, I would love some key takeaways from a couple of you. So who would like to share? Let me add you guys to Zoom and find the right screen. Who's going to come up? Well, it looks like Joanne, you are front and center of the screen right now, my love. So what's one key takeaway from you?
Excuse me. I really liked this. This was very informative and helpful for me. And I really liked the differentiation on what is a funnel and what is a website, and when am I supposed to use what? That really helped me. I do have a few questions, but I'll wait on that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll go to Deborah and then we might come back and do a couple of questions. Deborah, what's your key takeaway?
I think my takeaway is, am I there?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay. I think I'm similar to Joanne. I love the explanation, the clarification about when to use a website and when to use the funnel. I've had a website for a few years. I get virtually zero traffic. I go to it myself. It's very useful to me. Because I put good recipes on it, and then I think, oh, I don't have to look for which book the recipe is in. I just go to my website. And sometimes I reread the articles I've written. But yeah, I think a funnel is what's going to help me get people, well, A, for business, and B, they might then like to read the website as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and I liked your explanation about the 5 emails and that sort of follow up and how that helps as well, so that there's never how did you say it? There's never sort of dead
ends.
Dead ends.
Yeah.
No dead ends.
Yeah.
So even if someone doesn't join immediately or take the bait immediately, there's a way of getting back to them. So that's very, very interesting and useful information.
Awesome. I always sort of think the work that we do today in regards to our list growth, it actually really affects our bank accounts in about 3 to 6 months' time. because at any given time, only 2% of your audience is actually ready to buy. So one, you've got to be reaching out to people and following up, of course, to find those 2%. You can't expect them to all just say, hey, take my card. But the rest of them are still deciding. They're researching. Maybe the problem isn't a big enough problem yet to pay for it. So they're going to try the free options until they're like, I just want to cut a check for speed. I've been trying for 2 years. And I know if I just pay, I'll get it done in a month. So, you know, and I've had people join because I've been around for a while now. The longest was 4 years they had been stalking me that I know verbally before they said yes to purchase anything. But they had been following and doing activities and eventually they were like, yep, now I'm ready. So imagine if we didn't keep showing up in their emails and on social, they would forget about us and move on to something else. It's actually a thing I call the looking window. I love drawing pictures. I'll draw you a picture of how I like to see the looking window. So as consumers, right, we go through all these sort of ups and downs. This is life, right? This is life. We're up the top. We're on a high. We don't need help. We're happy. We're content. We're good, right? Down here, we're having a doona day or a few weekends, you know, like we're not looking for help there either. We just want to be sad and sit in our misery for a day or whatever. If a day turns into a week and into a month, you've got another problem. That's not what I'm talking about there. What I'm saying is I just want to be left alone. I'm not ready to think right now. Now, whenever you are up here, eventually something's going to happen that makes you not feel as excited and as in control. I mean, especially in this world of business, the more we learn, the less we realize we know, right? Those people that are just starting out, they think they know it all, like a good 20-year-old, right? But once you learn, it's called it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, if you want to Google it. But what it means is inevitably something's going to go wrong and you're going to be like, I need to know more. I need help. Or you've been sitting down the bottom here for a day or two when you're having a good couple of Netflix days and you're like, okay, now I've got to do something. I know I've got to figure this thing out. And so we want to start climbing up. Now, as business owners, we should be marketing at all times. Right? Now, if we're marketing and we show up here with help, they're not interested. And then we don't post again for, let's say each of these are a 3-month gap, right? Up and down. Every quarter we go up and down. If we show up here, no luck. But what they are when they're in this area and they're moving up and down through this cycle, this is what's called the looking window, when they're in this part. So when we're showing up with value and help, we need to show up all the time because you never know where they are within the looking window, within the cycle of the ups and downs. But if you just post once a week and then skip a few weeks and then skip a few months, right? You're not consistent. That makes a big difference between someone who's going to be successful and remembered, because this showing up regularly keeps you front of mind and tip of tongue, right? When they think of automation, I hope they think of me. And when they think of sparkles and rainbows too, right? But that's what I want. I want to be known for automation, but we're automation with heart, because we do make sure that even though we automate, we're also loving on our people in a really valuable way, because all those email addresses, they're humans. They're beautiful, beautiful humans raising their hand for help. All right, we are going to shut this down. We're going to go dark with all of our elites. We're going to answer questions. I will stay here until all questions are answered. For everybody else who joined us on the live stream, or you're listening to this out there on one of the platforms, please comment below that you made it to the end with #replay. And if you want to learn more about the funnels and how we can help you build that, then comment below, funnel me, and one of our team will reach out to you. Have an absolutely fabulous day. I will be back in tomorrow as normal on a Wednesday, same time, 9 a.m. Melbourne time, with a little demo of our software. We do that every Wednesday, our demo day. If you have something in particular that you would like to see demoed that you know our software can do, please send a demo request to support@omnisam.com.au. Make sure you put in the subject line, demo day request. And, if we get enough of a certain type of topic, we'll be sure to make sure that we cover that during our live demo day. All right, guys, have a fabulous week. I'll see you tomorrow. As always, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Make sure you get at least one income-producing activity done each and every day. And I will see you on the next live. Bye for now.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art.